Hey, good morning. I'm going to wait a few minutes for people to join while I will do my intentions. Because I have been working in this abundance course. Hi, all of you. I would like to share a little bit about what I'm learning, and I would like to start with light language and an invocation to align all of us with the frequency of abundance, because I think abundance is not a concept, it is a way of living. So I would like to start by allowing the guys to come through, and then if I have time I would like to reply some questions or anything that you would like to share with me, and to see if I know the answer. Of course I will reply that back to you. So I'm gonna set my intentions first, and whoever is meant to be here is gonna be here. You guys don't have to be in the live, you can go back later if you want to, but this transmission is going to be on the page for all of us anytime that we need. Thank you, Valentina. Thank you, all of you. Every time that you feel like you need a boost on your abundant frequency, you can always go back and infuse yourself with more unconditional love and source light in form of an expression of the abundance, because I think we are all born abundantly. We just turn into limitation because society, our families, government, all those rules and regulations restrict us from naturally ability to just be free. And one way or another we're always starving for that freedom that can represent different things that only money. But freedom it is when we can do all the things we want, and then we are confident and trust that all is going to be worked out. So ultimately, why we would like to have a lot of money, it is because we would like to be abundant. We would like to be able to create new realities for us, perhaps new home, perhaps traveling, perhaps another vehicle, things that in the physical that I would say that matters for all of us because it's the way we live here. But at the same time, abundance goes beyond all those material things, because what can be abundantly for someone, it would not mean anything for another one. So because we all have different perceptions and feelings and frequencies. Hi Bonnie, Alex, welcome all of you. This is not going to be okay, I think I will allow the guys to speak, then this transmission is going to damage any pattern or program that we have in relationship with abundance. It could be unworthiness, it could be limitation, it could be deserve, it could be give, good morning. So at the energy level it could be restored, and then we are going to need an adjustment so we can notice a frequency shift. let's begin now. Thank you all for your comments. If you would like to comment where you are, if you would like to set your intentions as a prayer, you are all welcome to do this. Thank you for the shares and the likes. I so appreciate you guys are growing with me, because this is the space that I grow with all of you at the same space. And my kids are outside, so you may hear some noise. Hopefully will interrupt us. So let's begin. I'm going to ask all of you to set your intentions first. And take a deep, deep and cleansing breath. First of all, we're going to ask our mind to be in our side and our emotional body. And I would like to invite all of you to join me in this intention to alchemize our soul with the abundance flame or the abundance frequency. Inekirate ki ashke nise komate ki ashko sokoti kianate ikianate te. Your crown will start expanding and softening gently and slowly as we invoke Mother, Father, God, and all the illuminated beings of the light, the ones that I trust, the ones that you trust, so they can merge with us and guide us. Era koroko shkinate kia soko mane kia teki ashka. I would like to ask for your consent, or for each of you to set the intention to give consent to Source Light to download unconditional love into every aspect of you, that it could be physical or non-physical, that it was damaged or distorted in relationship with any abundant source. It could be money, it could be freedom, it could be giving and receiving, it could be worthiness, deserving, sovereignty, in any form or way or shape that your energy find that being expressed in a distorted pattern that could not be circulated or got blocked in this plane or in any other, in all aspects of you, they can be bathed by the unconditional love of Source. Niti ishkina sakoikina, and I feel as a shower of light coming from heaven, going down and down, slowly and gently, entering our crowns. And this light, it's pink and gold and copper and silver, and it's gentle and it's soft and it's soothing, and gently and slowly clears our mind, any thought pattern, any idea, any inspiration. Ishnedekia sako kanamate inekia teki hashko soko nekia ya. Now I would like to ask all of you, while you set your intentions, to go within your own awareness and take a few moments with me, so you can be in a space that it can be called prayer or communion or stillness or contemplation, when you can sit directly with God and ask all the sources of light and freedom and support that you feel you need. Ishnete kie sakorote eraki naki ashka. And as you now breathe and sing with this energy, your mind is going to start streaming images about the situations that you may not nail it when you want it. Those things are going to be released when you feel restricted, controlled, suppressed. You couldn't do the things that you wanted. You didn't have the support, the resources, the income, perhaps the tools, the guidance. Ishneki eteki esako nimmenenate kieshko sokoreki anate ki ishka. And I will welcome the angels of abundance. Eshko sokokinate ki arako ukwaneki iti ashka. Eshneteki esakoneki eteki ashko kohosoma kinetite. Is going to be a request now from your soul to invoke the flame of the abundance to be activated within your sacred heart, to be bathed with unconditional love, the purest source of love from Source, sparkling, igniting within your own heart, creating a new synapses in your cells, rippling light in your energy field from your heart into all of your chakras. Ishnetira sarakuru kutina mane ishka. Niti ashke sako kinaki teki anako koyeki mateneki asako ashka. This invocation is to download in every particle of your beingness the flame of the abundance, along with the unconditional love to increase in frequency in all planes of you, all dimensions, all race, all identities, to identify, locate, remove, or upgrade any program that conflicts with you living abundantly. Ishnereki eteki esakoka nina te eshkiana sekoikia. And now allow yourself to take a deep and gentle breath within. And as you look within, you may see a path, staircase, you may see a grid, a door. And as you enter, you will enter the space of the soul, the space of the heart, where the aspect of source that it is connected to you with your spirit reside. And as you enter, you will have the opportunity, while this light language it is streaming, you will receive an adjustment on your energy field, the physical and the non-physical. And I do have now the Pleiadian beings of light. This is a console 9-dimensional Pleiadian beings of light, and they're going to do a adjustment in our holographic programming regarding abundance. And during the next few minutes, each of you will receive downloads in the frequencies that are designed and commanded by your higher self and your soul, that it will serve you the most. And at the same time, they will identify, locate, remove, or upgrade chakra system or meridians or ideas or feelings, whatever that you will serve you in the highest good. And now, so this transmission is going to start. Meanwhile, each of you can set your intentions with God. Visualize what you would like to accomplish, to have, to experience, as if you do when you do affirmations or mantras. Let's be now for a few minutes. Allow yourself to be driven to your own unique journey, guided by your guides and your soul and your higher self. These Pleiadian beings, who I think they are just going to support what your team and you have decided that you would like to receive today. Let's begin. Ishnate nisako kiti irako kumane ki tikish kasa kui kinate ishkaseko nete kianake ashkana ate iana. Ina te ki ashka nete sakoi kinae kiraku tikishke sakoko ina te ki ashka sekoko nate ishka. The aura is shifting now into pink. Erakure terasera kupuru kanaki ishke sakure ki anate te ishinakira sekura manene ki aseko iki. The aura is shifting now into blue to receive clearing. Erakorosh korosokoraki teneki ashka sekote emane kia teki ashka nese koka teki anaka ekia ya teki ashka. Nikia tekia sakukone teki ashka nekia sekukona kia teki maneki ashka. Aura is going to shift into green to bring healing. Now, ikinate ki ashka sekora kate ki anaki ishke sekokona keneki eteki asui anate. Sui anate yaka akataka ashka ne sekoko teki anaki ate. And as you breathe and go deeper in your connection within, perhaps you see another door that is ready to be open. The aura is going to shift into purple to transmute, and we'll give you a few minutes to adjust. As gold stars will come from source, each of those stars represents abundance. See yourself being bathed with these stars, and now your aura is going to shift into gold. Irakore tereki ashasako kanatiki ashka nesekoi kitiniki ashka ninna teki asako kate ishki nate esekona. Remember to set your intentions and go back to within when you have this communion with the God that is inside of you but outside of you, the God that is all that it is. Irara koroshko sokoneki acheki naneteki asako oko ashka. The lower part of your aura is going to turn into brown and green, so it will ground you deeply, going into the soil and all the layers of earth, while they ground you into the crystalline green of Mother Gaia, which looks like soft, pale, plasmic rainbow light. Irasera koreki anate ashka nesekoyeki tiki anaki ashka. Now welcome more stars of gold from above, and allow each of those stars to permeate all aspects of you, to bathe your cells. Ishnere sara koreki eteki ashka nate nana mayate. To permeate all of your chakras, your organs, your meridians, your tissue. You may feel as if you have glitter on your skin. Perhaps you may see physically the gold shining through. Irenekiti ashka sako kanate ki anate ki ashka seko ka ate iayate. And now we would like to share the perception that we have about abundance. Abundance, it is a feel, but everything it is possible. It won't be defined on money, it won't be defined on material stuff, but at the same time, it is the place and feel and perception and alignment where you have all infinite possibilities as true, as real. Ishkitakia sako kenekia teki ashka. This open field, it is when you believe everything can be possible and you don't feel limited by time or any other anchor that will hold any limitation. Ishnarakia teki sako ata ashka. Ishniki sakukui kitiki ashki sakokanate ki ashkanaki eteki ashkinaki eteki soko aka nete ane iete iasaku kiete. Source is going to be the light that is going to hold an intention and an expression to evolve in a different form or matter or way. The form, matter, or way, it will be segmented on speed and on frequency. When that light gets restricted, it will hold a dark or a dense matter, and it will stuck, and it will create a pattern that travels in all planes, in all dimensions. Those patterns can be defined as limitation, as control, as restriction. But when that light, it allows to be expand and flow as it was designed at the beginning, where this light believes all possibilities can exist in the present moment, the density is going to be transformed, removed, reprogrammed, upgraded, and that pattern is going to emerge with harmony, and that harmony is going to be in alignment with the source field that is the 0 point, with everything can be possible. Ashnereki eteki asakoka niti ishke nete sikora nete ishki naseko ama ene iti ishka. Freedom, it is the concept for humans where everything can be possible for the self. And you may identify as abundant as freedom, because abundant will be the concept of the way of living where you can be free and all things can be possible for you within your plane of existence. Ishnitiki sako kanekiete ashkese konekiete ishnekiete. What we could say, it is the monetary system. It is a way or form that humans were created to exchange energy, and that energy can be for the highest good or can be charged with dense or negative matter. But that alchemy is going to depend on what each of you will think that that exchange will represent in your present moment. According to our perception, the perception that you'll hold when the action it is expressed by situations or other beings, it defines the impact of the light, that it will be dense or it will be light, so to speak. So an abundant being is a being that, according to our perception, it is aware of how its energy is going to flow. It is aware of how its light is being emanated and is expressed. It knows how to flow, it knows how to allow, it knows how to surrender, it knows how to be in alignment, in connection with all that it is within and without at the same time. And when it gets restricted, control, stagnant, blocked, it will have and exercise the capacity to rectify that program instantly within the present moment. This action about the rectification of the patterns requires practice, requires to unlearn what it was given to all of you from scratch, and requires the self to be aware of what it was, what it is, and where the self would like to go in the future, so it could restore, repattern its ideas, thoughts, and perception, so its light can create a new alchemy. And that alchemy is going to hold a lighter expression, is going to hold a faster speed, and most likely it will vibrate in a higher dimension. The only difference between humans and us, it is that we hold a bigger container. We have more understanding about the laws of the universe, and we are vibrating in conditional love all the time. We have learned not to restrict or control our light, neither control or restrict the light of others, and this is where you are going in your plane of existence. That's why it has been manifested so many restrictions, because it is a pattern in place that it was distorted from eons ago, and the ones that is going to be transmuted for all of you to emerge in new earth. From our perception, what it is happening to humans, it's humans are under a deep readjusting of what it was, why they believe to be true, why their perceptions, where their perceptions were in alignment with, so they, all of you, can step into a higher light. That higher light is not because it's better than the other light, it's the same light that it is source, this open field that all possibilities can exist, that it is the expression of neutrality, we would say it. But a higher light, we will define it as a light that is not restricted, is not controlled, and it just has freedom to circulate and flow in alignment with all that it is. A light that is lower frequency, it is a light that cannot flow. It is a light that it is restricted, controlled, and that believes in limitation, and it gets separated from the source of light, which will be source, and start creating new forms of growing and evolving, and keeps experiencing the same patterns and perception over and over. An example of that, it will be someone that was deeply hurt by someone else and hated for years or for all their life, and couldn't forgive an action that happened when they were little or that happened 20 years ago. So that aspect that is called hatred or wound or hurt has an aspect of the self that got so damaged and restricted that couldn't flow for 20 years or for the life by itself. That's why it's so important for all of you, according to our perception, to be aware of what the self is feeling, intention, and what actions are being taken, so you can rectify it. But that can only be possible when it is done in the present moment, because the present moment, it is equal to the open field where all possibilities can exist. The present moment, it is with source, create, evolve, grow, and expand. And all of you receive an adjustment in your frequency. Now we will be around if any of you have questions, would like to connect directly with us. Your energy already shift into rainbow light, because rainbow light is going to be the aura of New Earth, according to what we are seeing. That is going to be the tendency for all of you. Your chakras are going to become more pale, so to speak. Ishkinase kiete kiara koromate inea teki ashke se koi kinate ashke se kone kiete kiesa koakate. We would like to remind each of you also that the best soul that you can have to feel abundant, it is unconditional love. Arokoro soroko tideki ashke, because it is the essence of source and all that it is, including all of us, that you may see us as an outsiders. And as you go within, set the intention to open another door, or all doors you may see within your heart, because those doors may represent blocks that are there from this life or any other, from all planes or forms of you. And we will give you a few minutes to integrate with ease and flow this transmission. Irara osoro koreki yanate kiashke sara koreki yanate ashka Nina yayate kiesa koeshki sakoe kinate ki ashka sekoe kinate iki yako aka. We were contracted with some of you to assist an adjustment in your abundant frequency and in your unconditional love. And the ones that sign this agreement with us will feel the call to be in these transmissions, and then the transmissions that will come. And this is a service that we are providing to humanity. Is such an important frequency to work with freedom and abundance in an open field where all possibilities can exist, when there is so much control and restriction that is happening to all of you. We are all different. You all have different learning and processes and ideals that at the soul level you wanted to experience. Don't compare yourself to others. Your journey is unique and is authentic and is genuine. Don't allow others to control your happiness and your expansion. You are the manager, the supervisor, the owner, the CEO of your experience. Remember that. And now your team of guides are going to ground you deeper, including the space where you are. And we are going to lift the grid that we have placed into this healing chamber, and we will be honored and pleased to be with all of you more often. Many and abundant blessings. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you so much. I think I'm still between worlds. Thank you all for the stars and the support, and I will be doing these lives. This month is going to be the month that I'm going to work working with abundance. Actually, I'm very happy with my abundance, but I think I'm receiving an adjustment because these Pleiadian beings are my guides. Not the 9-dimensional, but my guides, I think, are connected with them. Thank you, Wendy. And for the ones that are already working with me, it feels like we collectively all wanted to adjust our abundance. It was what I was told in my dreams. So I will try to do at least one time a week or two free for all the ones that would like to attend, just as a service for all of us, because every time I do it for myself as well, and I include like all of you. And at the same time, this is the month where the abundance course is going to be launched. I'm so excited. I think I just need to do, thank you for the stars, thank you, Dulce. I just need to do, I think, an introduction, and then we are going to be editing all the material this week, and hopefully for next week I'm gonna have like prize and all things, because I don't know exactly how many videos I have recorded. And thank you for the stars, thank you so much. And how they're going to be rearranged, so I'm still working on it, but it's going to be before the equinox. In the equinox 22 I will do another transmission. I think it's going to be abundance as well, but I have no idea. Sorry, my son is making noise. Thank you for all your donations, all your comments and feedback, and all your questions. I'm going to have few surprises for you. This month I change the services. I don't have the soul map anymore unless thank you for all the stars. I don't have the soul map unless you buy a higher self drawing. It's going to be like as a gift. Hi Darlene, nice to see you. And then instead of I'm doing blueprints. I'm working with Frederick to do a blueprint transmission that's gonna be free on the YouTube channel. And then the ones that would like to request your own blueprint. The blueprint, it is like the soul map, but it is more elaborated, like in Saki geometry. So it is like, and that blueprint can have three perceptions. It could be like your angelic blueprint, it could be the galactic one, or it could be the earth one. So I'm going to be adding that. You guys can request, and for example, your blueprint with earth probably will feel more shamanic and more fairy alike and things like that. The ones that are drawn to galactics, it will have light language from our galactics, and the ones that are like angels and soft, it will be more angelic. And then I'm doing repattering sessions. The healing one, that's going to be with Pleiadians. It's kind of like the way that I do in the lives, but a bit more specific. And those sessions are gonna be like around an hour. You will talk a little bit, and then I will channel, and then I will give you your recording if Zoom did a decent job. Because sometimes Zoom sucks, with all the respect. And what other change I did? Oh, I have a new type of drawing. It's going to be called My Galactic, My Angel, and My Future Self. Those future selves are us from New Earth. And I'm so excited for this because those beings are coming after me. And they're going to come to give us the tools and directions about how they did to ascend and then to make it. Because honestly, we're all going back and forth. We have good and bad days. The days that we are in harmony, days that we feel like tired or emotional or anxious, or those things. Hola mi amor. So and with this session, with this drawing, I'm gonna give a DNA activation for free, because what they were explaining to me, it as part of the struggle that we may have as humans, it is because we keep holding density unconsciously. So we're going to be able to release that density through a repattering session or through an activation of our DNA, because in one you are stuffing with more light. So if you stuff with more light, the density needs to fall off, or in the other, you will empty the vessel for then the light to come through by a consequence. So I'm still learning. I'm doing it for myself. Has been working for me. Sometimes I have those 5 minutes when I lose myself, but I think in the overall, I'm doing good. I feel blessed. All things are working out for me. The adjustment that I have been receiving by working with Pleiadians in these 2 months that I have been practicing the abundance, because I cannot teach anything if I'm not practicing, it is that I received like a recalibration on my finances. So during these 2 months, I had certain situations where they were lower, that I had to pull it through into a higher perspective and not being affected. Like, for example, people that didn't want to pay the service, or they pay and they cancel, or they fake it, things like that, that I was going to normally be mad about it, and I needed to just did not engage with those things. So don't be surprised if you have anything related to money that triggers you, because those triggers is just to confirm that we're vibrating different, that we no longer need those lower experiences to be presented. And then after I had those encounters with people, I think I had like two or three, and I was asked by my guides, why you keep attracting those people that they didn't want to pay or things like that? And I'm not attracting them. And they say, yes, you are. You say like you wanted to learn the lesson and you are inviting those people to come to you. And I didn't know I was inviting them. So the guy said, okay, do you want to keep learning or do you want to move forward? And I said, no, I want to move forward. No, I don't want to keep learning. Just move forward. So sometimes we have things that we are doing unconsciously that just make us feel stuck. If any of you feel like stuck in abundance, allow yourself to do an opposite thing that you haven't figured out yet, that it will pull you far away from that stagnancy. Like, for example, forcing people to buy your services. I have seen that a lot. And it's kind of annoying sometimes. Or forcing people, or trying to force things to be the way you want to. It may not be related to money. It may be related to people. Like, for example, relationships. There is a lot of people that are being split and people that are falling in love with someone else's, right? That's happening like a lot. Moving cities, moving from work. If you feel like in your work you're not flowing, perhaps it's time to move forward and then see another option. You may all be guided to different things, or upgrade the job, or just change your perception. That way you flow with the job. If you feel like perhaps you're a single mom like me and you said, oh my god, I don't like that job, but I cannot lose it because I steal the money, perhaps you can make that job a job that you will enjoy. Like, for example, when I was working, I put music, I took more breaks than the ones that I was required, things like that. So I was enjoying, I had oils in my computer, things like that. I used to organize pot, I don't know how to say that in English, but when everyone brings a dish into the work, so I was organizing that on Fridays we could eat all together. So instead of we were fighting, we were being more friends, because I didn't like people fighting around me. So I started organizing Friday. I don't remember how to say it, but in Spanish it will say when everyone takes a dish, and then we will share the dishes that you have. So someone will have cake, cookies, salad, nachos, whatever, potluck. Yes, Mary. So I said, if I cannot cook and I need to be here, I'm gonna change it. So I love to be here while I'm here. So perhaps this is something that you guys, yes, potluck, can do. If the relationship it's being triggered, perhaps that is something that you guys can change so you flow together. Because if I understood correctly about what they said, abundance, it is just like flowing. Yes, bad like Valentina. And I do those things with my family too. Thank God they are not listening to me, even though they know everything I do. That if I need to go to my family and I feel like I'm gonna feel restricted because of the Christianity thing, sometimes I take enchiladas with me, or things, or cupcakes or whatever. So I just shifted the anchor about the restriction. Does that make sense? It does not have to be about food. It can be about something that will shift the attention from the restriction and control and fear and lack into something else that it will be more enjoyable. Thank you all for being here with me. I don't know when I'm going to do the other live, probably like Friday. Yes. So what I understood today, it is that they said source, it is the open field where all things can be manifested. So source won't have restriction, and then if he's going to the humans, he's going to the humans that are white, black, redhead, Latino, Asian, and all things, because he's not being restricted. So for us, I'm seeing rainbows. For us being aligned with source, it will be feeling the freedom to create all possibilities for us, I think, to be happy and to be in the flow. So lesson notated, at least for me. Thank you all for being here. I think by the end of the week I may do another live. I'm not sure, because I'm doing the edition of the course, and then I'm working on the drawings, and then I have few sections. But we will see. We will go with the flow. Thank you all for being here. Blessings.